The next bit we're doing on integrating, again we're working out this area here, but what we haven't been given is we haven't been given where it crosses the x-axis. So we haven't been given A and B. But remember, if you remember from curve sketching, it crosses the x-axis where f of x equals 0. So we can start off by writing minus x squared plus 2x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, that's the equation I'm going to solve. It's probably a bit easier if you turn it round. So 0 equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. Just factorize it, you would get x minus 3, x plus 1. So that would give us x equals minus 1 or 3. And we can see from the diagram that A must be minus 1 and B must be 3. So now it's going to be as we did earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to integrate this function between minus 1 and 3. So remember we write that between minus 1 and 3. This function, which is minus x squared plus 2x plus 3 dx. That's what I'm integrating. Okay. If we integrate that, we know increase the power by 1, divide by the new power. So it's minus x cubed over 3. That becomes 2x squared over 2, which is just x squared, and plus 3x. And remember, we're going between minus 1 and 3. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put in 3 into there, so minus 3 cubed over 3 plus 3 squared plus 3 times 3. That's the 3 plugged in there. Take away, if we put in the minus 1, we've got minus 1 cubed over 3 plus minus 1 squared plus 3 times minus 1. Okay, so what we've got here, 27 divided by 3 is 9, so minus 9 plus 9 gives you 0, plus 3 times 3 is 9. So that bracket gives us 9. Now the other bracket, minus a third cubed is minus 1, but it's minus of that, so it's going to be 1/3. This would give us 1, so 1 and 1/3 minus 3. Okay, which would give me in the bracket minus 1 and 2/3. So minus a minus is a plus. So overall there, what we have is 10 and 2/3. Again, it's an area, so we can put down square units. Okay, so that's our first example of this sort. In this second example, they've given us the upper limit, but they have not given us the lower limit, so we have to work that one out. But they've done us a favour in that they've factorised the function for us. So if I'm looking at that one, what I want to know is where does x plus 5, x minus 1, and x plus 4, where does that equal 0? Well, you know that's going to be 0 at x equals minus 5, minus 4, or 1. You can see this has to be a positive value because it's to the right of the y-axis. So that means that therefore A has to be 1. That's the only possibility. It can't be minus 4 or minus 5 because they'd be over here. Right, so what we want to do is we want to integrate this function. But remember, before we can integrate a function, we need to multiply out the brackets. So if I did that with these, look, I'll leave the x plus 5 there for the moment. X times x, x squared, minus 1 times x is minus x, 4 times x is 4x, add them together you get 3x, minus 1 times 4 is minus 4. So, let's multiply that out. X times x squared is x cubed, x times 3x is plus 3x squared, x times minus 4 is minus 4x. 5 times x squared is 5x squared. 5 times 3x is plus 15x. 5 times minus 4 is minus 20. Combine the terms, so you've got 1x cubed term, that's there. 3x squared and 5x squared is 8x squared. Minus 4x plus 15x is plus 11x. And minus 20. That's our function multiplied out. So that's what we're going to integrate. So let's start off by writing that down. We're integrating from 1 to 6, that's from the lower bound to the upper bound, of x cubed plus 8x squared plus 11x minus 20, which is what we just worked out by multiplying it all out. Okay, let's integrate. And we're going to get x to the power 4 over 4 plus 8x cubed over 3 plus 11x squared over 2 minus 20x, and we wanted that between 1 and 6. Okay, so plugging in our values, that means we've got 6 to the power 4 over 4 plus 8 times 6 to the power 3 over 3 plus 11 times 6 squared over 2 minus 20 times 6 minus, and plug through 1 with this thing. So we're going to have 1 to the power 4 over 4 plus 8 times 1 cubed over 3 plus 11 times 1 squared over 2 minus 20 times 1. Now, for this sort of one, you'd be getting a calculator. Yeah, they're not going to expect you to work this out without a calculator. Using my calculator, I get 978. Take away minus 11 and 7/12, giving me a total of 9, 8, 9 and 7/12 square units. You wouldn't be asked to do that sort of calculation without a calculator.